I've been meaning to do this for a while, but I'm finally going to go through the entire Versailles Grand Masked Ball experience from start to finish for me. So here we go, guys. This is probably going to be a long one. Ticket sales was announced by Versailles Spectacle around like fall, maybe early fall, like September, October, but tickets didn't go on sale until November. The exact date would be November 20th. 2024 last year is exactly when the tickets went on sale, and that was at 2:00 p.m. French time in France. So many people in the US got up at, I think it was 6:00 in the morning to buy these tickets, or earlier if you're on the West Coast. As you can see here, I have provided an example of the ticket that you would use to get into the ball. That's the exact one that I used this past year. So you just scan that at the little gate to get in, and off you go. Ticket sales for 2024 was just insane. Tickets again sold out within, I don't even know, like an hour or two or less. But there were so many people that it's like, we almost crashed the site every single time. There was so many people that got stuck in pending queues, and the only thing you could do was actually to back out of the transaction. You couldn't continue. It just wouldn't let you. So some people would stay in these just hoping their purchase would go through, or it would go forward for hours, and then they finally release tickets. So you could get into the queue to buy tickets this past year. I think it was about 10 minutes early. And then everything sold. But then throughout the day, randomly tickets would get released from these people that backed out of their purchases and all these things. So it was like the entire day, but tickets definitely fully sold out within the day. And as you can see, this is the Facebook site that I run with my lovely partner, Raina Jones. And she's been with me since the beginning. We started this to help you guys. Well, actually, I was going to the ball originally. My dog got sick, couldn't go. But that's how this whole thing started and how I started doing this. All right, so got my ticket. Now I needed to get my dress. I didn't have a lot of money for this trip. I just moved back from Germany a year ago, finding myself again, got a new apartment. You don't want to hear about my life, but yes. So I just didn't want to spend $1 million on this dress. So I actually got one from Amazon. Hated the material in the middle. I made a whole bunch of alterations to it. I glued over, 4,000 rhinestones onto this dress. It took me 4 days to do that. So you can take a somewhat cheap dress and do like maybe $100, $200, $300 of alterations to it, and come up with something that is a little bit fancier and a little bit more like the ball style. But again, this ball isn't like the Fête Galante. It is more like fun, open to creativity. So you don't have to be, yes, we still want to do the Baroque theme, but you can play with it a little. It's a ball with a DJ and you're like at it. So yeah. I didn't actually have to choose a place to stay because I had met a lady from the group the year prior, and she was so kind. I met her for like 15 minutes at a Starbucks, and she was so kind to let me stay with her, and she was literally like a 15-minute walk away from the palace itself. So I had free lodging for a few days, so thank you again, Esme. You're the best. I flew Play Airlines. They fly out of BWI, and you can get very cheap flights. It's one of those flights where you don't have TVs. You have to pay for any drinks or food you get, but everything was very affordable on the flight. And, I always have my phone and backup batteries, so I don't really need the in-flight entertainment. I don't know. But I got with a checked bag, carry-on, my personal item. I chose my seats, and round trip into Charles de Gaulle, I paid like $900 round trip. So, I didn't really care. I had to drive to, Baltimore just to fly out. And if you go in the off season, Christmas markets and all that kinds of stuff, you can get flights for like $500 or lower for round trip. So highly recommend. So whether you're coming solo or you're coming with someone, part of the reason why I started this community is that so we can get together and get to know each other and make friends and, have even more fun at the ball because we know people. So before the ball, we host meet and greets. So we had a dinner and drinks the night before. The morning of, I went to breakfast with some of you. Then we had a picnic at the Pièce de Suisse. And then that was it. I do this all through a WhatsApp chat. I also do ticket sales. I try to review tickets and help to eliminate scammers. So about the time after the tickets have been sold, I'll start this WhatsApp chat again. It's like a group community and it's got everything in it, and you can ask questions, you can talk to other people, you can hopefully find tickets if you haven't found one yet. Yes, so this is a great resource. So it doesn't matter if you're coming with someone or solo, we try to make it the best experience that we possibly can. All right, among all this, I had my hair done at 1 o'clock the day of by Gino Coiffure in Versailles. And then at 3 o'clock, I had my makeup done by Jolene Emery. She did this beautiful, very historically accurate makeup. And then at 5 o'clock, I met Rachel Calvo Portraits up for our photography session. Now we're finally getting to the ball itself. All right, so we walked from the Pièce Suisse, which is where we took the photos, and then we went all the way into the palace. It's always fun to take photos in front of the gate at first, the main gate, and then we took our tickets around 8:30. You can actually take your tickets and get in, and then you just walk around, you take more photos, you can get some drinks, it's just very pretty, and there's playing music, there's a fire show going on, and you're just waiting till the sun goes down around 10:30-ish, and then the fireworks go off. And then you've got the fireworks, they're playing music, the fire is going off again. It's dark, it's amazing. Oh my God, you're at the Palace of Versailles. What am I doing with my life? This is the craziest thing. The fireworks end, and around 11-ish or so, you start walking to the ball. You don't have to worry about wondering where to go. There's, attendants and people that work at the Palace of the Versailles everywhere, and also just follow everyone in costume where they're going. And so you're walking to the ball, and you get to see the orangery. It's on the left-hand side. You'll see it lit up, and you'll see the grounds that you're going to be standing and sitting on and everything like that. And so you're going to go down, and then you go down some stairs, you scan your ticket again, and you go and then that's when right when you walk in, you've got these performers, and they're giving you an introduction to what the ball is going to be like. And then you walk into the orangery, and it's just, at this time it was still kind of empty, but oh my God, so cool. And you're just ready to go. I took a moment to go walk outside and see everything that was going on. There was a drink tent, there was a fire, there's seating. There was where you can get your wristbands. You have to load money onto wristbands in order to get anything, champagne, drinks, anything like that. And then, I waited for these shows to start and the ball to officially begin. So the theme this year was animals. I don't know, it was interesting. So as you can see, this Sauron alien looking thing comes out, and these like crazy dancers come and start dancing, and you're like, okay, animal theme. I guess there's a spider up on the ceiling. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm just going to let the shows play, so you can just experience what it was like. All right, there we go. We're almost done, guys. All right, so we had all the performances. They were crazy. I loved them. And then, so the party ends around, stopped everything around like 5:30. And then they usher you have to go get your stuff, you go to the bathroom, and they usher you back into the gardens, where you walk a little bit further and you can get some coffee, juice, and some pastries. There's croissants. They ran out of croissants for me. Whatever, I don't want to talk about it. And then you have a secondary DJ. I didn't take a lot of video footage at this point in time because I was kind of done with the whole affair. I left at like 6 something. I cannot go till 8 a.m. The party does go till 8 a.m. if you would like to. But no, I was limping. I was on my feet from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. I never sat down the entire time. I was tired. My nose from my metal mask was swollen because I have this little bump right here. The metal mask had like, it had the blue, it put blue on my face. It had like, you know, oh my gosh. And then like, yes, I was just a sweaty, disgusting mess. It was like, you know, yes, disgusting mess. I limped home. So happy though. So glad I got to do that. One of the best nights of my life. And I hope you can come with us next year to do it too if you have not been before. All right, hope this video was helpful. You know, follow me at my social media sites. I have lots of helpful information. I've got guides on my website that you can purchase. I will be working on more. Right now, I'm still just trying to compile all of this ball information into formats that will help every single one of you, okay? Love you all. This is Allie. Bye-bye.